The other story was Ryan Fitzpatrick was, well, in his words, he got fired. He got demoted, and Tua Tagovailoa is going to be your starter. And it was one of those where I heard the news and I thought, you know what? Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's a professional. It feels like he has been a great mentor to Tua, and he'll be okay with this. He was not okay with this. Here's Ryan Fitzpatrick on being fired.
I was shocked by it. It definitely caught me off guard. It was a hard thing for me to hear yesterday, just kind of digesting the news.
Here's the other answer that was pretty hard to listen to, because this guy has been around a long time. He's been a good soldier, by all accounts, a great teammate. He's not a selfish guy. He's a team-first guy, but he got hurt yesterday.
Is this it? Was that, my last game as an NFL player in terms of, being the starter and going out there and playing? I've been, starter. I've been benched all kinds of different ways, but this organization and what we've been through the last year and a half, this was kind of the first place other than Buffalo where I just felt fully, committed and invested and felt like it was my team, and so to have that, I think that's a lot of the reason why my heart was so heavy yesterday. But that's the direction that the organization's going, and I've just got to accept it.
Here was the other reality of this pandemic, because now you're doing things via Zoom, and this is how his day went yesterday.
This profession is interesting in that I basically got fired yesterday, and then my day of work today consisted of me in Zoom meetings listening to the guy that fired me, and then locked in a spaced out room with my replacement for 4 hours today. So there aren't a whole lot of jobs that are like that.
That is the reality. Imagine that. But the Dolphins did have a plan. Now, they expedited the plan. Ryan Fitzpatrick probably thought, I can win my way or keep my job by winning my way in. And the Jets, aren't any good. The Patriots are still suspect. The Bills have dropped a couple. And here's the Dolphins, who have had 2 blowout wins, and they're right there in the mix for a playoff berth. But I don't think their goal is the playoffs this year. Yes, Eden.
I do feel bad for Ryan Fitzpatrick, because now when you watch him, that video of him cheering Tua going into the game, right, it's very clear. He thought that Tua's going in for mop-up duty, and he didn't realize that. But what did Ryan Fitzpatrick think was happening? I mean, he couldn't really be surprised by this. Can he?
Well, this is where Brian Flores made the mistake of at least say to Ryan Fitzpatrick's kids found out just like we did via text. So they're in school, and all of a sudden, hey, your dad, he got demoted, Tua. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is like, at least tell me. And what happened was, I think a source in Tua's camp leaked this to Adam Schefter. And then Shefty broke the news. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is finding out like we're finding out. And that is wrong. Now, if you're Brian Flores and you say, hey, just so you know, when Tua is ready, no matter what the record is, no matter how well you're playing, he's going to play. You owe Ryan Fitzpatrick that. That's all you owe him, because he knows you took this guy with the 5th pick overall, and you're looking at these other rookie quarterbacks who are playing. He's going to play. But Ryan Fitzpatrick can't be shocked that it happened. I think he's shocked in the way that it happened. Yes.
And how is he like, I basically got fired today, and now I have to look at the guy who fired me and help the guy who's replaced it. Dude, you've done that like 17 times in your career. Like, your whole career has been like up and down, starter, not starter, start back up, move to this team, go to that. Okay, am I going to start? No, I'm not anymore. It's been your whole career.
Imagine you see your girlfriend out with another guy, and you run into him, and you go, hey, what are you two doing? Oh, you didn't hear? We're dating now. That's what it felt like. Ryan Fitzpatrick shows up, and all of a sudden, Brian Flores is there with Tua, and they're talking. got their arm around each other, buddy. Hey, what's going on?
But then imagine that same exact scenario happened with the last 8 people you dated, and then you're like, I can't believe this happened. I just didn't see it coming. Really?
She cheated on me for the 8th time.
Yeah. You broke my heart for the 8th time. Yes, McLovin.
If it wasn't Ryan Fitzpatrick, would we be ripping him for saying that he was fired? Because it isn't his job to help the team win. That's his job. His job is not.
He was helping the team win.
Right, but I feel like that's a really non-team friendly statement. Like, I feel like he's garnered such goodwill that we're letting him pass. But if it was a younger quarterback, we'd probably be killing him. Because he's not fired. He has a job to help Tua be great.
He got demoted. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he got fired from being a starter.
But usually guys don't say something
No,
like that.
it's a must-lie situation. I think that the honesty is what shocked us there. Because as soon as we found out that Tua was going to be the starter, I said to Fritzy, reach out to Ryan Fitzpatrick. I thought Ryan Fitzpatrick would be, hey, you know what? The kid it's his time and ready. Ryan Fitzpatrick is playing well. Not great. He's completing 70% of his passes. And I think he's got 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and they're winning. That's the part when you said Tua is taking over, and Paulie goes, what if I told you a quarterback who just came off 2 wins, is playing well, just lost his job? And I'm thinking, all right, you got me. Maybe Mitchell Trubisky, but then you go Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I go, wow. And then all of a sudden I had this flashback to the Jets game where Tua came in, and they had him as if he was starting the game in one of those rollouts. So he did the same rollout where he injured his hip when he was at Alabama. He ran the same play. And I went, wow, they're getting him ready like now. And I don't know if the bye week was going to be week 11 and they would have waited, but now you have a bye week before you face the Rams, and Tua's got, good 10 to 12 days to get ready for his NFL debut. Yeah, Paul.
Andrew's right, but it's usually a must-lie situation. A quarterback like Ryan Fitzpatrick would usually say, you know what, whatever helps the team. He doesn't believe this is the best thing for the team. Nobody believes that the person replacing them is better than them. No person who actually competes for anything. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is also almost 38 years old. He knows he's last call or close to last call. You speak differently when you're on your way out. It's like an old guy who doesn't use his turn signal anymore. He's like, well, I'm just going to be honest because I've been playing the game for so long. Let's just call it like it is. They're making the wrong decision.
Yeah, Todd.
What would be the upside or motivation for leaking it? We better get it out there before they change their mind. Like, why would you put Ryan Fitzpatrick or Tua or the organization in that awkward position that they would get out before the Dolphins can announce it themselves?
I don't know. I don't know if it would have mattered if they did tell Ryan Fitzpatrick. But, all I know is that that's what I heard. That the leak probably was from Tua's camp. And they might have been just excited that, hey, we're starting, not really thinking, what's Ryan Fitzpatrick going to think? But that's on Brian Flores. Like, you got to at least let him know this is the situation. Ryan Fitzpatrick thinks that he can win his way into another week. And why not? Why wouldn't you think that?
That is how life should be, though. The more successful person should keep their job. And he was the successful guy. He does give them a better chance to win and has. But it doesn't work that way when youth always wins out.
But I remember when John Kitna was playing for the Bengals and was an MVP candidate because they won 8 games. But they had taken Carson Palmer with the number 1 pick the previous year, and it didn't matter what John Kitna did. He could have won the MVP, and he wasn't going to keep his job. Yeah, McLevin.
Drew Brees and Rivers too, right? Didn't he start playing really well when they drafted Rivers?
Yeah. But then he got hurt. And that's what made it easier for the transition. Yeah, McLevin.
What's the deal with everyone saying they should trade Ryan Fitzpatrick? Do you know how many games has Tua ever been able to string together? His ankles are super glued together. His hip is like, you need Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Does Ryan Fitzpatrick want to be there? That would be my only question.
Do you think he could be?
I don't know if he's that desirable for how many teams. Like, hey, we got to go get him. Hey, we got Ryan Fitzpatrick. I love Fitzpatrick. He's entertaining, good interview. At times a really good quarterback, but I'm not looking at him going, yep, we figured it out. We got Ryan Fitzpatrick here. I hope that his pride is hurt. He'll swallow this pride and he'll be, a great backup quarterback, I'm guessing, to Tua. I would imagine. But I think it was one of those where, God, Like, I got embarrassed yesterday. At least tell me I'm getting demoted. At least let me tell my family I'm being demoted. He didn't even get that opportunity yesterday. So I understand that sensitivity, and that was an honest answer.